The girls are back in town in the Demoiselle's Grade 2 race at Aqueduct. I think it's race number 6 on Saturday. Demoiselle Stakes. That's right. The 2-year-old babies, they're fillies. They're going to be running in the 6th race, a mile and the 8th. It's a Grade 2. I think it's 250,000. Let me just take a peek at the purse real quick. Yeah, 250,000. Hey, it's a full field of 7, I believe, and again, full field of 7? Yeah. There's several ways you can go in here for sure. And I'm going to land on the number 5 horse, I believe. Actually, the number 4 horse, La Vita Sofia. Vita Sofia. And La Vita Sofia is the number 4 horse. 1 win from 3 starts. Like I said, they're lightly raced by Cross Traffic. Hey, this Kentucky bred is trained by Rudy Rodriguez. You got Manny Franco in the arms. The horse earned a decent figure 2 back. It is a 2-year-old filly. I think the horse has an opportunity here. If you look at the turf race this horse ran, probably 3 back. Puts this horse in the thick of it. Now, the 2 dirt races recently, there's really nothing to write home to mom about. So La Vita Sophie will have to improve off of the last race. Had been beaten by the number 1 horse in here, Foggy Night, last time. Pretty handily, to be honest with you. So I'm not quite sure how I ended up on this particular horse. For sure, but I think that with the pace numbers that this horse does have an opportunity to move forward in this race, so we're going to give her a little chance here. She is bred by Spendthrift Farm. I like the connections of Rodriguez and Franco together. They're not big, only 13%. But again, here's a filly that's coming in on her 4th race off of an off race. I think there's some room for an improvement. They're stretching her out another 1/8 of a mile, so that should help her, being by Cross Traffic for sure. So let's give her a chance. Let's give the number 4 horse an absolute flyer in here to see if we can get around some of these other talented fillies for sure. Well, I think I would be a little remiss if I didn't take the Gambling Girl. Well, Gambling Girl is a very, very nice 2-year-old baby. Think we're going to hear from her. The number 6 horse, Gambling Girl, has 2 wins. One of the only horses in here that can boast multiple wins. The number 6 has 2 wins for 5 starts and 1/3. This Kentucky bred is dialed in on the back end by Empire Maker. Todd Pletcher, what else is new, is doing all the training here. And of course you have Irad in the arms. This horse comes out of a stake race on the 30th of October at Aqueduct, the maiden of the Mist Stakes, for 200,000 at a mile. Ran 4th by 15. Absolutely got annihilated in that race in terms of finishing in a 10-horse field. Finished 4th, but by 15 lengths. That's not so great. But the horse was bumped multiple times at the start, at the break. Just had a bunch of trouble. So I don't think the last race is a true measure of Gambling Girl, the number 6 horse's talent. I think the race 2 back is more vindictive, where the horse won the overnight stake race at Aqueduct with Irad up the Joseph A. Gemma Stakes. So again, we like Gambling Girl in here for sure. We're going to take her as our 2nd pick. And we would kind of be remiss if we didn't take a look at a horse that's kind of weird to me, but I wasn't willing not to put him on the ticket, or put her on the ticket. The number 5 horse, right inside of our 2nd pick, Gambling Girl. The number 5 horse, Affirmative Lady. Well, I mean, without being too cute here, an Affirmative Lady is still a maiden. Now, these horses don't read, they just run, right? And again, I'm not a class guy like that. I'm a speed figure guy. So if the horse has the numbers, then, I don't pay that class thing any attention. I mean, literally, I just don't. Has maidens beat winners before? Yeah. But Affirmative Lady, to me, is bred like all get out. 2 starts, no wins, and just 1/3, of course. But listen to her bloodline. She's by Arrogate on the back end by Steven Got Even, right? And Grand Motion is calling the signals, and you got Velasquez, Johnny V in the yarns, right? So the horse has a beautiful, beautiful bloodline. And for Grand Motion to stick his maiden horse into the Grade 2 Demoiselle Stakes tells me that, they're probably pretty high on this one. Now, in both maiden races, the horse, the first time that she ran October 8th at Keeneland in a maiden race, Jersey Pearl won the race. The horse was 9-2 with Johnny V up. The horse came back on November 4th, her second race at Keeneland in a maiden special race, was 7-2 again with Johnny V up. Okay, so again, the horse has been backed at the window as a maiden. And again, I just don't understand why Mr. Graham is rolling his horse into a Grade 2 race. Now, that being said, the pace numbers are just as good as anyone else in here. So maybe that's the answer to my question, me being a speed figure guy. The speed numbers and the speed figures are just as good as the favorites in here. So again, even though this horse has not won a race, this horse is just competitive as anyone else in this race. So I'm going to give the number 5 horse Affirmative Lady top billing here as our third pick for sure. And if I had to round out our super factor in here, well, I mean, I guess I would be a little remiss if I didn't look inside to the Foggy Night, okay, with Paco Lopez, Robert Reed doing the training. This has looked like a very fast horse and should be forwardly placed throughout. I would use her underneath. 4 starts, 1 win in 3 seconds. Has never not hit the board. And Robert Reed, as you all know, are a solid trainer. And of course, Paco Lopez and Reed together are clicking at 50%. This horse is speedy and is in her own right, Foggy Night, and hopefully, this horse will get out the gate clean. Now, I don't think she's going to be able to outbreak the number 7 horse, Tribal Queen, but those two, the 1 and 7, should set a very moderate and good pace for the other horses in this race for sure. So in this year's Demoiselle Stakes, I don't know. I just like this La Vida Sofia. That's going to be our top pick for sure. The number 4 horse in here. And our third pick will be the number 6, the old Gambling Girl. We just think the world of her. And of course, the maiden race, Affirmative Lady. That's Grand Motion and Johnny V in here tackling a graded race with a maiden. Doesn't surprise me because the speed figures are phenomenal, or not phenomenal, but they're just as good as anybody else's in here. And you're probably going to get a square price. The mere fact that Affirmative Lady, the number 5, is a maiden. All right. So for us, it's 4, 6, 5 in that order. We think it is in the Demoiselle. If you have to throw in the 4th horse in a small field, I would use probably Foggy Night. But for us, we love the number 4 horse. Not sure why, but you just start leaning that way when you read these races. You're like, you keep, whatever. 4, 6, 5 in that order. The Demoiselle Stakes. Stay classy, y'all. Let me know what you think about it, all right? Particularly the maiden horse, the Affirmative Lady. I know I'm going to use her on all my pick 3 tickets for sure. I think Grand Motion knows that this horse is a runner. They do back the horse to number 5 at the window. So 4, 6, 5, that order in the Demoiselle. Let your Speed King know what's your opinion in this race. Stay classy, y'all. Have a good day.